Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor. A fantastic day for some. Others had to deal with a little bit of isolated showers this afternoon, but nothing we Mississippians can't handle, right? Well, unfortunately, those afternoon showers will continue into our forecast tomorrow, but this is setting the scene, like we've been talking about, of a very rainy week ahead. More significant rainfall moves in the latter part of this week. We'll break that down here in a few moments. But what we're also seeing is July feeling like July, exactly what we'd expect this time of year. That cool snap we had a couple of days ago, unfortunately not the case heading into this work week. Taking a live look outside out of Smithville, a beautiful starry night, a few clouds up in the sky, but that measure of temperature, 77 degrees right now, is a few degrees cooler than what we saw even this time yesterday. Reason why? Those isolated showers cooled us off, so there was some good with those showers rolling on through. Looking down in the Starkville area, still beautiful conditions. You can see the water tower off there in the distance. Beautiful campus of Mississippi State, my, of course, biased opinion. But looking outside, there are still some clouds up in the sky. That humidity measurement coming in with about 100%. That shows you just how moist of an environment it is. That's going to play a part heading into this week. Again, July will feel like July. Looking outside on our Mississippi Live Weather Doppler radar, I did it over a 4-hour loop because I want you to see, like we're talking about, the cyclical pattern of these storms. Watch how this one over Calhoun County just fizzles out and leaves it with pretty much nothing. Well, then watch just south and west of there near Chula. These just kind of develop, increase in strength, and will probably diminish here in the next hour or two. Just the same pattern we've been seeing. So a lot of these showers that we've been looking at are cleared, but that one near Greenwood, just outside of Montgomery County, moving across Highway 82, that's what we're paying attention to as we head further into our Sunday night and into our Monday morning. Nothing significant expected, but just enough to maybe cause a few rumbles of thunder, but that's really max that we'll see. Now, I want to populate a few of these totals because it has been pretty significant in some parts. Looking at the entire capacity of North Mississippi, lots of us, 70, 80% of us have not seen a drop of rainfall. But if you were in Montgomery County, northern Montgomery County, 2.2 inches. That is just enough rainfall to be like, man, this is a dreary day. But even out here towards Pontotoc County and Lee County, 1.7 inches just across the Tennessee state line, well above an inch there. Alcorn County, 1.04 inches. So lots of areas got significant rainfall. Basically, this swath of moisture right here, that's really the main area of solid moisture, and still getting some more of those showers out there in Chula, like I mentioned. So for the first 12, we are tracking those isolated showers continuing overnight, still very isolated coverage, but come tomorrow morning, more chances on the horizon, really increasing as we head into our Monday afternoon. Looking at surface analysis across the area, it's those isolated showers that are continuing to develop, but this frontal boundary up and around Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, that's bringing a lot of moisture there to the Springfield area, St. Louis even getting a few of those. That continues to progress more into North Mississippi tomorrow, and that interaction with this frontal boundary as well as an already hot and moist environment setting the scene of that active pattern like we were talking about. As we take a look at Chantel over there in North Carolina, continuing to circulate a lot of that moisture into the area. This is post-tropical development Chantel, so this is way beyond its peak, continuing to decrease and diminish in strength as it moves up towards Virginia before moving back into the Atlantic Ocean. So not expected here in North Mississippi, and that is a good thing, and we will definitely appreciate that as long as it continues to stay way far away from here. Well, let's go ahead and look at the forecast for here. What are we seeing heading overnight into our Monday morning? Well, starting out, it's going to be on the drier side. I want to take a note from what we saw even the last run. I mean, what has changed? And that is going to be those rain chances up and around the Memphis area. Earlier showed a lot of development there in Hernando and DeSoto County. that has diminished greatly and will be pushed back just a bit on that the impact of those showers. But beyond that, let's go ahead and track towards lunchtime, because there is a noticeable difference as we get into our afternoon forecast. 1 o'clock. Look at these red cells that we're seeing right up there at the top of your screen. Near Booneville, we're talking about Union County and Blue Springs, Tippah County as well. A few of these definitely going to pack a punch. We're not talking severe weather expected, but we are talking about some gusty winds and heavy rainfall, especially as that boundary of moisture moves further south and east. Still seeing a few of those, even containing a few purples in there, showing how heavy that rainfall can get. But that becomes much more widespread in coverage, moving to about the 2 or 3 o'clock hour, continuing well into the afternoon and evening before, again, similar to what we saw today, fizzling out into the overnight hours. So enough to have the rain gear ready, especially if you are north of Highway 6. That's where we're seeing those best chances. But over the next 24, lots of us getting several chances of rainfall, peaking by mid-afternoon and honestly sticking around well into the late afternoon and early evening. But this is just the start of the rainy week ahead. This is the first day of the work week. But honestly, it's a perfect summary of what to expect for the work week beyond. So coming up in 60 seconds, we're tracking how much rainfall we get, who gets it, and of course, all the details you need to know for the forecast ahead.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
Well, thank you so much for sticking with us here at Mississippi Live Weather. We've gotten several great pictures from our weather watchers out in the field. Linda in Prentice County showing us a great shot of the moderate rain falling there in the distance, and she actually reported some hail falling as well, very small in nature, but just showed how much of a punch these thunderstorms did pack. And honestly, on top of this, it made for a great sunset this evening. That cloud cover highlighted with that sunset, I mean, you can't get a better Mississippi sunset than that. And honestly, Mississippi just does it better than anyone else, right? But I do want to say, if you have pictures you want to submit, we love seeing them, especially of sunsets like this. Use the Mississippi Live Weather app, and there's a perfect submission that honestly is pretty telltale on how to do it. You submit the picture, and it will show us where that was taken and what was taken. And this was a great shot there from Colburn there in Tupelo. Great shot. I also want to say that we did have a few questions in the chat asking if we are streaming on YouTube. We are. And so you can pull that up on your big TV like you were mentioning, Miss Peggy, there in the chat. So you can be able to tune in on that. But we are, some great news, drum roll please. We're getting a Roku app going to be up and running by 5 p.m. on Tuesday. So countdown till then should be in store. And then you can watch it on any TV that you want as long as it's Roku compatible. Well, let's go ahead and take a live look outside. It's been a fantastic night all the way around there in Batesville, showing you that clear night sky, but that humidity definitely playing a factor as we head overnight and really into our Monday as well. 80 degrees as we speak, but reason why it's 80 degrees is because it didn't get that many rainfall chances. A lot of those remaining towards the central portion of our viewing area here in North Mississippi. And the remnants of that final storm is down in Chula and Greenwood as that continues its cyclical nature on the downswing now and shouldn't expect it to last too much longer from where we're sitting at this moment. Those rain chances do continue into the 11 o'clock hour before fizzling out overnight. Temperature-wise, across the region, we've been talking about that rain-cooled air, and you're seeing it. 79 Starkville, 77 Louisville, and 77 over and around Oxford. Where those showers happened here in the Lee County, Monroe County, and Pontotoc County, we're seeing the mid to upper 70s. So the benefit to having those showers is cooler air. So if you want to complain about the rain, don't do it before you know that. Day planner for tomorrow, we'll see those showers. It's going to be a minimal chance for the start of your day, but by lunchtime, that definitely does increase in coverage, and peak coverage will be by about 3 p.m. So have that rain gear ready if you're heading home from work or anything of that nature. Definitely need that rain gear ready because you might think, well, 30% coverage, that's not me, right? Well, it could be with those isolated chances of rainfall. So be on the safe side, stay dry. we don't want you getting wet as you go about your evening plans. Now, I am going to shift this just a little bit to the east so that way we can get more of our area, but you can see pretty much nothing in the immediate forecast to worry about there as we head towards 2 a.m. on our Monday. Let's carry that over into the 7 o'clock hour as we get our morning started. Heading out the door, still seeing dry conditions, but let's pay attention to what's happening over and around the northwest sections of North Mississippi. You can see isolated chances as we get our day started, but really increasing by the time we get towards mid-morning. Low temperatures, low 70s across the region, but where those showers are expected, we're expecting mid-70s. So there's those showers, again, playing a part on our temperatures. They keep the forecast relatively consistent throughout the day, keeping the temperatures for the start of the day a little bit higher and the high temperatures a little bit lower. Consistency, like I said. So Futurecast, as we get our day started at 9 a.m., that's where the primary focal point will be. A lot of model runs consistently showing this around the Memphis area, DeSoto County, moving into Marshall County, but that has since changed from what we saw even one run ago. Let's take a look at the lunchtime forecast. That line of storms will start to push south and east into our neck of the woods. We're talking about Boonville, Corinth, as well as Blue Springs, Oxford, that line of showers and thunderstorms developing. These are also showing a bit on the stronger side from what they were even one run ago. So that just tells us the environment they're entering into is a bit more unstable than what we originally expected. So maybe some gusty winds, maybe even some small hail like what we saw today in Prentiss County, but just enough to stay weather aware through the afternoon. Not expecting anything severe, but definitely a few packing a punch through our Monday afternoon. Those continue to stick around into our Monday afternoon and evening, and before they start to fizzle out as we head overnight once again. High temperatures tomorrow, mid-90s with heat indices well into the triple digits yet again. Some areas, we're talking about Clarksdale and Cleveland, on the excessive heat advisory, just on the cusp of that, but 104 Grenada, Greenwood, 99 Starkville, 99 right here in Tupelo. Let's keep going with Futurecast into the rest of our Monday evening, and that's where we'll see lots of rainfall across the area as those showers and storms develop over the top, but not going to see too much significant rainfall. I will say this says 1/10 of an inch here and there. Would not be surprised to see about half an inch to maybe even an inch in some parts, especially with where those storms do develop. If it's right over the top of the same area, aka Montgomery County today, definitely possible. But let's take Futurecast into the rest of our night. As those showers continue to develop and stick around, those will fizzle out heading overnight, just lacking that heating that it needs to continue to build. But by early hours Tuesday, we're setting the scene for what could be another afternoon filled with some showers and storms. Already seeing that by 12 p.m. Our lunchtime forecast, a few areas dealing with showers, becomes much more widespread as we enter towards that 5 o'clock hour. You see that frontal boundary pushing in behind me. That's bringing this swath of moisture that's going to cover a large portion of our viewing area. So expect more showers and storms covering our area come Tuesday afternoon and evening. But you guessed it, it's the summer forecast, right? So as we head overnight, fizzle out once again. So that's the thing, these afternoon thresholds, that's going to be our highest chance for those showers and thunderstorms to occur, but more heightened chances as we head towards the latter part of the week. Forecasted rainfall for your Tuesday, not going to be too significant, but we mentioned 1/4 of an inch over there just outside of Lafayette County and even right here in Union County along I-22. Now these will vary on where these locations set up, but definitely need to be paying attention for some brief heavy rainfall resulting in some decent accumulations. Wednesday a bit higher, just showing those chances on the increase. And we're getting about half an inch to an inch there on the northern side, Alcorn, Tishomingo County, even down in Monroe County. But I want to look at the entire area encompassing the next 7 days because it's going to be a very dreary forecast. Populating just a few of those totals, just under 2 inches, Oktibbeha County, Alcorn County, 1 1/4 inches, and even just south of Pickens County, we're talking about 2+ inches. So several areas dealing with more than others, but Alabama and Mississippi, I know River, you were asking what's the forecast going to be like comparing those two? Well, here you go. Pretty similar, pretty copy and paste, with the border of Alabama and Mississippi being the most significant areas for the best chances of rainfall to occur. But nonetheless, when you see that forecast right there behind me, you can know that it's going to be a dreary week ahead. Monday, Tuesday, going to be more isolated in nature. Wednesday and beyond, much more scattered coverage. That means increased chances of seeing those showers and storms in your area. So heading into the rest of the week, umbrellas are important, rain jackets are important, but really just staying dry is important. But let's not overlook the heat. Temperatures still in the mid-90s for the start of the week, enough to be on the danger side with heat indices in the 105. So stay hydrated, stay cool, and of course keep it with Mississippi Live Weather for the very latest. Download us on our app on iOS and Android, and of course look forward to Roku coming up at about 5 o'clock on your Tuesday. Can't wait to see you guys there. We'll be with you all week long for the latest updates on these rain chances, and of course keep it here for the latest. And we mentioned the Live Weather Radar app. We are going to see iOS and Android. Scan your phone on those devices right there. We'll take you right to the link to the app, and you'll be able to download it from there. And of course, get the very latest. Share it with your friends. We want everyone here as possible to keep everyone in North Mississippi safe from the upcoming rainfall and maybe even a few thunderstorms.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
One in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.